Oh, I forgot to start the stream early. Oh well. Hello, everyone, and welcome to DnD Riiga session 83. This will be a shorter session today, since we are going to lose a player, maybe 1.5 players, after about 3 hours. But we have today's summary, which will be done by T.
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome to Trajum, episode 80.
Why are you welcoming me to my own stream?
84, I think.
84.
Yeah, it's 84,
Yeah,
Trey. You fucked me
Oh.
up, God.
No, yeah, I see. It's wrong on OBR, OBS. I'll fix it.
OBR. Open broadcast.
OVR, I said.
What? What is it? What are you broadcasting?
Summary time, go.
Right. Can I do a little bit of rapping in between?
Running out of time.
Okay. So, we started... Where did we start? Can someone tell me where we started so I can work off of that?
It's a great question. Where did we start last session?
Pretty sure we started in the rain, as we
You
were
started
like...
in the rain just as we'd retrieved the body, just as the bells for the Black Storm had begun.
Yes.
That's right. Tilak Fadar. We had retrieved Tilak Fadar. Wait, that's when the bell struck?
You headed back to the
Yes.
bazaar. Yep.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Why are you guys interrupting? Okay. We were walking. Okay,
T.
we had Hennick. I found him. Oh, sorry. Okay, we had Hennick and we were walking to the rook. Yeah? We were walking back to the
T.
rook, and then we heard the bells
T.
strike. What's up?
I don't know. Just wanted to be interrupted, apparently.
Okay, I thought I was going crazy. The DM, why are you griefing?
Sorry, continue.
So we heard the bells toll, and then some of us did history checks, and then we kind of talked it out, and we figured the reason for the bell tolling or the bell being rung of the city was either because enemy troops had encroached upon the city walls, like outside of it or something, gathered outside of it, or the Black Storm had come, or was coming. It was foretold by the thing. What was it called? Preceptor? I don't know what it's called.
Sinavos.
Correct.
Yes. That's what I was gonna say before you interrupted me. The Sinavos is a thing. What is it? Is it a bird?
Yes.
Bird.
Guys, stop interrupting me. God damn it.
Okay, let's all mute.
No, please, I need help. Okay, the Sinavos, the bird, foretold the forecoming of the four skin. Okay, and then we walked back with Tillich in tow, and then we brought him to Hennick. And then Hennick was feeling quite curt. He responded in a curt manner. And we brought Hennick to him. Sorry, we're about Tillich to Hennick. Okay, and then he was just kind of like, "What did he do? What did he do?" Guys, please, I need to be interrupted right now.
Look,
Okay,
I would help you, but I wasn't here.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yep. Alright, we gave that, and then Hennick kind of just locked himself in there. And he just doesn't want to come out. He doesn't want to deal with anyone. He's just kind of fucked, So, we go downstairs, and that's where it seems that the owner of the establishment, the Rook, was going to leave to take care of his family, who lived like on the other side of the city or something. So he had to, take quite a ways.
Well, actually, the owner of the Rook left and leave it to his, I think, his steward. Is he a steward or something?
I haven't gotten there.
And then he needs to leave because he has a family in the richer estates.
And thanks for the arbitrary linearization of this event.
I forgot.
All right.
Most of it.
So Holy shit! What was that? Okay. Yep. So he had to leave. After which he kind of left the deed
Oh wait,
on the table.
everyone on stream can still hear me. They can't hear me.
Inside.
I only muted in Discord.
And then kind of sorry.
He's struggling so much right now.
Flamebearer walked over and grabbed the deed, and it was kind of ours now, kind of. If the deed, if you know, someone might question our claim, but it looks like it belongs to the Flamebearer. Yeah, so we're in control, and then we kind of had a little chat with Delafor and his men because. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the merchant guy left. Because he was kind of banking on.
Oh my god.
I didn't think that his ventures here would
He's butchering this.
go very well for very long. He was a horse guy, horse manure. What was his name?
Ladwin?
No. Something manure. Harlanus manure. Harlanus Lemure. Shut up, don't fucking talk over me. Hey, don't unmute. Harlanus Lemure is left to which Delafor and his men came out. I think they were considering leaving as well. But then we talked about how if we reinforced the rook, we could be able to hold it.
He skipped the
like a strong
whole.
fort.
He skipped the whole walk to the White Castle.
Well, the rook has survived the last few, the past 2 or something, black storms, which were pretty recent, to be fair. So we're kind of we're doing that. We're staying there. We've teamed up with Telefor's men, and we've also discovered that we both are searching for the White Scorpion. We gave them some tidbits of information about the White Scorpion, like how he might be an incorporeal being, or maybe like just kind of goes between bodies, whatever the fuck, which they didn't know really. They don't know a lot. And it seems that Goro was the fucking Goro was doing. Yes, that's true. And he was a slave trader, just as you. And that's about where we ended it. I mean, we decided that we would barricade we would board up the windows or something. We're just gonna get on that. Really, that's really all.
Okay.
Nothing else happened.
Okay, thank you. Now you guys can fix that summary.
Whoa.
Alright, so first of all, as we were leaving towards the Rook, we received a sudden message from the High Palasar, which halted our advances, and we decided to leave the body of Telek in the room that we burned previously in the sewers, before we go to the Rook and visit the High Palasar first.
Is this your fanfic? This wasn't in my summary.
Can you not interrupt him?
Yeah,
Continue, Yul.
Alright, yeah. So the important thing is that we got summoned to the High Palasar, and we were informed that indeed the Black Storm is coming, like from the official source, because Pavel claimed, we have no reason to not trust him, but he said that he spoke to someone who's taking care of the Synervos, and yes, the Black Storm is confirmed, and we were informed that the mayor might be taking some actions to lower the defense of the city, especially given that Caleb overheard some rather suspicious activity, namely one of the guards alerting others who were sounding the alarms to stop their activity and come somewhere towards River Parving, I believe. So that might be where the destruction is happening. And yeah, we agreed that we might we might launch an attack on currently suspected mayor's hideout, which is the temple, the Red Temple. And I believe that's when we went to the Rook, actually, after visiting the High Palasar. I mean, not directly. We only talked to Pavel and fuck, what was
Lorente.
the armor?
Lorente.
Lorente.
Lorente, yeah. Yeah, Lorente.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a big chunk that's missing. And another is that we had a face to face with previous Alina's employer, and I believe we are now allies.
Wow, I said that.
Indeed.
So
Cool.
superfluous.
Anyone want to add anything else?
I mean, Ladwi might have stolen something from the Rook. We don't really know.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
caught him
it.
snooping around in one of the rooms.
Yeah. Also did quite
guess-
snooping.
Yeah.
I guess we'll let.
Cool. Okay. Virgil, did you manage to make any sense of that summary?
Okay, so we came back. Red Storm's happening. We decided to go to the White Castle. We talked to Pavel and Sir Lorente.
Yep.
We came
Yeah.
back to the Rook, talked to Delafor
And Hanek.
and Hennick. Hennick has the body and he's still not exactly very fond of us. He's sick of this mess. Is that basically the extent of our limitations? He slammed the door in our faces after he had his brother's body?
Basically.
Yeah, I wouldn't say slammed, but yeah, he didn't really want to talk about it too much.
Yeah. He was very abrupt.
Alright. And now we have all met Delafor,
Yes.
and he has suggested we fortify the Rook to ride out the Black Storm.
I think it was a group decision, but yeah. That's what everyone decided to do. Yeah.
Oh, did we mention the fact that the Black Storm is coming way sooner than expected?
How do we mean by that? It's building up faster than it should be.
Not necessarily should be, it's just really close, like approaching rapidly. It's hard to say what should and should not be. Well, it's
Yeah.
not exactly like the Black Storms are well understood.
Pavel said he was told the storm could be here before tomorrow night. So 24 hours from now.
I'm going and buying the fastest horse I can to leave the campaign.
No. We are we already here on this, and not an option, not a viable one at least.
I think he was talking about just Aylmar. You can leave if you want, but I mean, if you do, then goodbye.
Yeah, I know. We're not doing a solo Aylmar adventure, I know.
So I'm going to throw in a few bits of information that are pretty important, just to make sure that Virgil catches them. One of the things that Pavel's also said is that the High Palasar will not let them leave until the Black Storm is over at the soonest, because the High Palasar wants their help, given that the mayor's going to undermine stuff and make the Black Storm worse. So that is important to make sure that Aylmar catches that. Also, there is an opportunity for Aylmar to ask a couple of questions of Pavel and Lorente, which we can do retroactively. There isn't really much opportunity to talk to Hennick. I mean, you can have said something as he was closing the door on you, but there's no like conversation you can have there really. But the other spot where you can retroactively ask things is with, I believe, Delafor told you guys his real name? right? People are just using it out of habit.
Yeah.
Okay, Lord Rayner.
Yeah.
Lord Rayner, Rayner, Rayner. There is opportunity for Aylmar to retroactively ask or speak a little bit with Rayner.
Can we start with Lorente and...
Yes, let's start with that. So, for those on stream, this is a bit of retroactive roleplay since Aylmar wasn't here last time. Virgil wasn't here.
Yeah, my internet provider was so bad that I actually ended up completely changing them.
Oh no. So...
Perhaps, oh yes.
Oh yes. Okay, so what would you like to ask of or say to Lorente and or Pavel? By the way, in the room, it's just those two, the party, and like a Palisar.
I would like to ask them what they think our priority should be right now. Like, not just we have to stop the mayor. What is a practical thing that we should be doing as of now? Is there anything that they would like us to be taking care of? Or is it just a case of survive the Black Storm, meet up afterwards?
So, survive the Black Storm is the overall goal. Your first immediate goal, I mean, fairly self-evident, but you need to secure somewhere safe during the Black Storm. Preferably something more than just a normal house. And your priority, once the Black Storm starts, if you're able to, would be to stop the mayor from undermining the city's efforts to defend against the Black Storm. Which works into conjunction with, I think it was Flamebearer who told them both that you guys were thinking of storming the Red Temple tonight or tomorrow. No, tomorrow because you need to rest. Because you guys believe that the mayor is there. So that would be part of that effort.
Why do we believe the mayor is at the Red Temple?
Mostly because it's like the only viable hideout left in the city, like out of the more obvious fortified ones.
And when you guys were going back through the sewers? Yeah. As you guys were going back to the sewers, after you stormed the Mayor's Manor, there were temple defenders down there. So the temple somehow knew that the manor was stormed pretty quickly. So the connection was that the mayor fled to the temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else you want to ask of them?
Okay. I will ask them if... I know this is sort of like future knowledge, but I think it's what Aylmar would think of. I would ask them if they think the sewer systems or the Rook would be good places to shelter.
The Rook does have a reputation of being... of withstanding, even though it's outside the walls, it has withstood the past couple storms pretty well.
How bad have the last couple of storms been? Aylmar has enough history to know about the darkness and the fact that there are various severities.
I would have to go check the wiki. Hang on. So the one 8 years ago, let's see, Benevis, Umbrener, heavy damage, so a lot of common houses were destroyed, periodic monster attacks.
Right?
Both of them were ranked as heavy for Umbrener, so they're both roughly the same. It was an average storm as far as storms go, both of them.
Okay. But this storm is very rare. This storm is almost like a rareness of a rareness because these ones they very rarely occur less than like 80 years apart.
Yeah, so this storm has two standout features, which Pavel would know pretty well. One is that it's occurred way too soon, much like the last one did. And two is that it's pretty fast as far as storms go. Like alarmingly fast. Normally, they have sometimes up to a week to prepare. other than that, no idea. It's not here yet.
Yep. All right. So would they, if I would ask them, in their opinion, is the underground safer?
Oh. It's dice time. Sorry, people on stream who just heard all my dice.
Story to us.
You guys have the Discord filter. People on stream actually pick up way more of my mic, at least according to what I see on my end. So yeah, I'm not apologizing to you guys. So as far as underground goes, smaller is better, basically. So if you can like get in a secure basement, fine. But the sewers is possibly bad because a lot of monsters do come from underground, and if there's some kind of breach down there that you guys didn't find, and monsters come out of there, it'd be not safe. It's not likely, but it's possible.
Understood.
Anything else?
I would ask both Sir Lorente and Pavel if beyond this there's anything that we can do to aid them.
No. Not beyond what you're already doing.
Well, alright, let's rely on the noble education a little bit. We'll end this conversation. I wish them Nihilum luck upon themselves in this thing. Well, and they're going to be in the White Castle. That'll be the last question. Are you going to stay here?
Lorente, being a Vanquist, this is his time to shine, so he's going to be doing stuff around the place. Pavel will be staying in the White Castle.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know if the summary included that you guys asked if Hennick could be sent to the White Castle to study there because it was safer. That was something that came up, and that's something that if it's something that they'll allow, then you'll be hearing from the Sending Stone.
Okay. Noted. Alright. Last question. Actually, no, that's all my questions for them.
Okay. Alright, so we'll call that conversation done. There isn't really much chance for a conversation, but as you give Hennick Tillich's body, is there anything that, like, are there specific words that you want to accompany that scene?
Alright. I'll say to him, be careful. No, not be careful. I'll say, I wish you every luck with your study. Let us know if we can help any further.
Okay. Yeah, he won't say anything to that. Just take the body, close the door, and lock it. And then that takes us to meeting Lord Rayner. Oh, you guys also met a bunch of other characters. There is Bert, the guy who you normally watch the hatch. He's staying here and being just a pair of helping hands. There's also all the staff left except for the cook and his children, Helfrich, Isaac, and Ake.
Mop boy.
Yep, Mop Boy. They're staying here. They'll be helping with food. And Lord Rayner is in the bottom left room, and he has 1, 2, 3, I think 6, 4, 5. There's a 6th one somewhere, probably.
So Ladwin's gone?
Ladwin was found in one of the bathrooms. He was ousted. People saw him go through the front door. The windows are being secured by Rayner's men. So it's just you 6, Rayner, his guys, the cook's kids, and Bert and Hennick.
All right.
Is there anything, as you're meeting Lord Rayner, is there anything that you want to ask him, say to him?
First things first, Aylmar would want to use his noble education and with the history checks he could to work out this guy's from this guy's ethnicity and the way he's introduced himself to him. What's this guy's place in the world?
Okay. Well, he would have introduced himself as a...
Master Lord?
Let me find his backstory. Rayner was a minor lord of Kajvin in southeastern Remdor.
Yep.
He was set up. He was used as a scapegoat for some smuggling deals, and because of that, he lost basically everything. And he got a lead in Remdor. He was set up by Ruha's father back in Remdor, and then he got a lead to Benevis. So what were you trying to figure out about Rayner?
I want to evaluate all of the things I know about these lords and whether I've heard of his family name. I was close to the Hawk one. I know how diplomacy works.
Sure. Give me a history check.
Alright. Does the noble education come into play here? Is its advantage to
I will factor it into the DC.
Alright. An 8 on history.
8? So he's only given the name Rayner. So you don't, and he's a minor lord, so you wouldn't have heard of him anyway, because there are hundreds of them around the place, thousands even.
Yeah.
But given by what he's told you, his story seems to hold. You don't get the feeling that his story makes too much sense to be made up by someone who's acting to be a lord. So you at least are pretty sure that it's legitimate.
He passes all of my vibe checks about what noble should sound like.
He's very lordly. He's very, ticks all the boxes. But you don't, off your head, know anything else about his family or even probably southeastern Remdorian noble politics or anything.
Did we introduce ourselves to him with false or real names?
I believe it was mixed. I think some people, like Satsuko, gave their real name, if I'm not mistaken.
Ruha would have given a false name. Flamebearer hasn't given his real name yet. Tatsuka probably would have given a real name. Caleb would have followed Tatsuka. So 2 falses.
Yeah, Caleb and Satsuko, did you guys give your real names to Rayner?
Satsuka did. I don't know if Caleb did.
Yeah. Caleb? Dennis?
I have, I think.
You did, okay.
Aylmar would join the majority, and given this situation, would introduce himself as Aylmar Tiglath of the Eba Empire, formerly of the Eternus.
Okay. I think Raynar will respect that information.
So plus rep.
Yep, basically. Okay. Well, if that's everything, shall we... Oh,
I think that's everything I need to do.
cool. Okay, in that case, current point in time, the cook and his kids are in a room. Raynar's men are going around securing the windows as we speak. Raynar has retired. Bert is hanging around. The bells are tolling. There's distant thunder. Everything is dark and getting darker by the hour. And it is, I believe, it's hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it's actually nighttime now.
Quick question.
Yes.
I remember vaguely something about the cook leaving.
Leaving the rook.
Or intending to leave.
Um,
Did he have some? Did he have some reason to?
the cook Helfrich?
Yes.
No, I believe Helfrich's staying. All the other staff have left.
I don't know, like temporarily leave. Like I remember
Oh.
talking about him in the kitchen, but I
Let me
don't know
check.
if you mentioned. Yeah, I should
Getting
have
more
noted that down.
kids or
It was like a single, like a very brief exchange. I didn't make a note.
I don't have a note here, I'm not
If
sure.
you didn't either, then it's fine.
Yeah. Don't know. Could have just been improvised backstory, who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, no one has declared any intentions on leaving tonight. Let's go with that. Okay, so as Reyna's men going around securing the windows, over to you guys. What do you do?
All right. I just confirm one thing before we.
You sure can.
I would like to. I would like to check that. I want to confirm that. That Lord Raynor's men are going to be taking care of all of the windows.
Yeah. Yeah, they may need to come and get Flamebearer to unlock a couple of things, but yeah, they're going to do the whole building.
Alright, noted. In which case, I would talk to... What did you say the name of the bodyguard of the...
Barrett.
Oh, they have...
Also hover over.
Yeah, they have tooltips for your convenience.
Yeah, what did you say the entrance to the sewers that Bert used to guard should also be secured?
They're only doing windows. There was no talk about anything else. You guys don't even know if Reyna knows about that entrance.
Alright. I will say to the people in the room, should we secure the entrance to the sewers as well? We don't want anything coming up beyond there.
Well, we might still have use for it. After all, we are planning quite an adventure tomorrow, no?
The case that sometimes they come from, a lot of them come from underneath.
The sewer entrance does not directly lead to the building itself. We can consider barricading it after we are done using it.
There is a little latch you can put a lock in if that would be enough.
It should be. Alright,
I can lock it if the lock... Boss used to come out of his room with it. He might have stored it in there somewhere.
Right.
Do you want me to do that?
If you can go and see if you can find the
lock.
lock. We don't need to. I don't know if we need to lock it just yet, but if we have a lock, that would be helpful.
Okay, I guess you go so.
Oh, what did you say?
No, I just asking if he has the lock on himself.
Oh. No, I don't. Not allowed to hold the lock.
Alright, let me try and pick it up for you.
Alright. I'll be outside. Whoa, it's raining out here.
You should give me the ability to unlock doors.
I would if I could.
This is my place. It's my place.
Yes, go on.
I own this.
Go on. There you go. It's pretty easy to find a lock sitting on the desk. Yep.
All right. I take the lock. And I
Very
close
well.
the door behind me.
Lock it. There we go.
I think that maybe I should. It might be worth my time talking to Hennick. I know he's not exactly very conversational at the moment, but. Are there any priorities you have, Flamebearer?
He's outside.
Alright, never mind.
Who's he
Sorry.
talking to?
Never mind.
Well, thank you. I'll attach this.
All right. See you back inside.
Let's put a.
He left the door open.
Where's the lock? Where's the lock? There it is.
I would like to get some rest as soon as possible. Are there any other things you guys you wish to discuss today?
Do you think it might be worth talking to Hennick?
Well, he seemed quite distressed. I'm not sure if in his current state of mind it would be a promising idea to talk to him. Also, I do not know if we can employ his, as much as I value his scientific insight, I do not know if we can employ his abilities to any use for tomorrow's mission.
You may have a point there.
We probably will be locked here for a while once the Black Storm hits. We'll have plenty of opportunity to talk then.
This is true.
There is one more thing I would like to bring attention to.
Yes?
I believe you do not have any more charges on the Sending Stone. But tomorrow...
Yes, it'll take a long rest for me to replenish the charges. On the Sending Stone.
Quite technical of you.
Well, I differentiate a long rest in one that I'd actually sleep the night through, as opposed to a short rest, which might be something more like just a couple of hours of downtime to do anything more strenuous than read.
Yeah, okay, I'm joking. Right. If you remember, there was some suspicious activity towards River Farthing. I am worried that the people, the guards of the city, might be getting lured over there. This will probably be our second priority to check out tomorrow. As much as I would like to go and help or save people, we must cut off the head orchestrating all of these malicious deeds first.
Yes. The mayor is indeed still probably the biggest priority we have. And you're fairly certain he's in the Red Temple.
Well, I personally cannot imagine a safer and a more reasonable place for him. Unless he grew some balls past the last night. I cannot imagine him risking another place.
I agree. Yes, he is not exactly the most, how shall we say, courageous individual.
Would need to be an Ildamin to grow more balls.
Pardon me.
Yes.
Are any of you planning on using any of the exits of the building? The windows have been secured.
Tomorrow morning we may use one of the exits that leads into the back garden, but we don't need any of the front exits.
Well, shall we secure the front door here and this door here, and you can use the one in your side room? What range would you like?
I think that sounds best.
Very well. Then we shall secure them.
It probably help out
brilliant.
too.
There are many capable men, but certainly they can use a hand.
Someone's
I'm
hoping?
going to go help.
I didn't picture you as a physical worker.
But you.
Nice. Riiga, are you helping? Is that what you said?
Who has help?
Which one do you want to help? The front door or the back door?
Front door.
Sure.
Shut the front door.
Okay.
Flavor, do you mind if we have a brief conversation privately?
Not at all.
Sorry, you like us being.
Holy shit.
Let me know if you guys are placing like lighting lamps or anything like that, because it's pretty dark
I
now.
have my own light, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Don't use the corpse
Please.
bed, guys.
Wait, is my light a bit too dim, too small, or am
It's not on at the moment. That's just your usual night vision.
Oh, it's Trajim. You know them well. My character will never. It's always on.
Yeah. I know. I just don't have it set up in your default token.
Okay, just for context, this room would not require light as I have. Yeah, I have the.
What do you want the minimum one like that?
Yeah. Oh, wait. This actually looks nice. Holy shit. Oh yeah, because there's no saturation on this map, so it doesn't. Okay.
Okay, I'll make that your.
Let me just quickly check if the default, because this is like 5 feet, right? Or
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I know it can go bigger. I just want to know
I
how
it
you'd.
can go bigger. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I wouldn't necessarily try to illuminate as much as I can at every opportune moment. That's not necessarily a goal. Okay. Yeah, that seems good enough.
Okay. Updated.
Thank you. Okay, sorry for interrupting. Yeah, we have light. For context. Or I have light.
Alright, I'd like to run a history check myself before I begin this conversation.
Yes.
My memory is a bit bad, but I do know that I do recognize Flamebearer's accent and characteristics being representative of a race from somewhere. Could I just get a reminder of where that is?
I mean, I introduced myself pretty, pretty elaborate way.
Notion.
Yes, but remember, I was 4 months ago when I got married. In
No,
between.
I'm saying I can tell you because yeah, you don't need to do a history check. Like I think, given how Aylmar is with attention to detail, I think he would easily remember that I'm from Norcia.
Yep.
All right. In which case, this is what the history check's for. I want Alma to think back to any military or magical magical military orders that are from that place to see if he knows anything about them or like
Yeah, Nortians.
what they're called. Flame
So-
Bearer would the
so-
name he's given Flame Bearer
Yeah,
would be something.
you don't need to check for this. Like, the Nortian Order is a faction and a country. It is like the order, the faction the faction defines the actual country itself.
Mhm.
It is a faction-owned country. So the Nortian Order are Nortians.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Flame Bearer strikes me as a member of this order.
Yeah, but Flamebearers are Nortians. That's what the Flamebearer title means. It's like a Nortian knight.
In which case, I would begin with this. You've proven yourself very trustworthy, Flame Bearer, and believe me, these days it's very hard to earn my trust. But the one thing I'm curious about is what is a Flame Bearer for the Nortian Order doing here? And moreover, you've just introduced yourself as Flame Bearer. You know a lot about me, a name that could destroy me in this city. So what is your name, and what is your story? If we're about to face a black storm together, I'd like to know a bit about who is standing by my side.
I see. I believe it is reasonable to inquire about one's background. I made a promise. It is not easy for me to. Well, I cannot. I would like to say that I trust you. However, my name is of severe importance, and it might impact someone I know and value a lot.
Is this someone that
I
I
would
know?
rather. I do not know if you know them, and I suppose it would be unlikely you are from far away to the southwest, no?
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Are you here
I
as
would really
part
not
of your-
want to impact his reputation.
Are you here as part of your order's activities, or are you here as part of your own story?
Well, our order does not necessarily have as strict rules as, for example, the Vanquish. So it is not uncommon for us to venture out on a more personal agendas while still carrying out the will of the order. But I am not on a particular assignment, so to speak. I was
see.
tasked with I had a general task assigned to me as to eradicate untemplar activity, but there is some more nuance to that.
Of course. The others may not know as much about the Flame Bearers as I do. They might think your name might just be Flame Bearer, which is an antique name and one that might raise a few eyebrows somewhere.
Well, I am leveraging the fact that flame bearers do not really venture out this far to the west, which I believe makes me a unique individual in those places.
You're probably accurate there. So you don't want to tell me your name for fear of compromising someone. Is that accurate?
I owe my name to a man that cared for me, and I care for him as well.
That makes a certain amount of sense.
I do technically have a name I can give, but it is not an honest answer, and I would prefer not to lie. It is, so to speak, a substitute name for times when when I am required
When a
to
name
provide
is
one.
necessary.
Yes, but
Yes.
it is not technically true.
Well, I suppose I can't really force you to tell me anything, and I wouldn't want to force you to tell me anything if it would make you uncomfortable. So, is there anything you can be called other than Flamebearer, or would you rather I just kept using that name around the others? Because people have died.
I
in this
haven't
party.
given it much thought, but
People have died in my. People I know and trusted have died recently for secrets they held on to, so be careful. Sometimes they strangle a little too tight. I nearly died because of mine.
wait, what did you say? Who died because of yours?
I said I nearly died because of mine.
Oh, I knew. Okay. I see. I believe it would be more troublesome if I were to reveal this particular secret, but I will give it some thought when we have some time to think about things.
Yes, indeed. We've wasted enough time with this conversation, so thank you for your candor. It's a lot more reassuring to know that there is a concrete reason rather than just aimless
I am not one to
secrecy.
deceive people. I hold my values strong at heart.
Okay. So, while that conversation was happening, I think there was something going on. Alina, I saw you stroll up to the door.
There's many doors.
No, you don't play that.
Exception
Would you like to eavesdrop?
Listen, I'm merely waiting for the room to be available. If I hear something,
So you're not eavesdropping?
I mean, maybe I wouldn't call it eavesdropping.
I would be making
Okay.
efforts to have made that conversation quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet.
There's also a guy hammering wood into a door right here.
Listen, I would not use a cup.
If you're not eavesdropping, then there's no roll. That's fine.
No, I'm eavesdropping.
Okay, then go up to the door, please.
Eavesdropping, I'm listening in.
Go up to the door.
I'm giving no privacy.
Go up to the door. Classic Alina. Give me a perception check. This will have disadvantage because bells, heavy rain, low voices, and through a door, and also hammering next to you.
But what about my cool cup? What if I put it against the door? Listen in, you know?
You know, I think that would just make all the background noise worse.
No.
Yeah. If you put a if you put a cup to a piece of wood that someone's hammering into, I'm pretty sure it's going to make it louder. Perception check, please.
Separate wood. Yeah. Look at that. Perfect.
9.
That's like a 20.
No, it's not. It's a 9.
I'm a creature atlas, and I can confirm that 20 is a very different number from a 9.
It's more than twice as much. I know that. So
That's like half.
You don't really catch anything. You hear some talk about nausea, about like Flamebearer, about like names and I like Mission and Templar and stuff like that. They're being pretty quiet, and you don't really catch more than those odd words. Ruha, are you doing something in particular down here, or are you just helping out? Okay. Caleb, Satsuka, anything you guys are doing?
Satsuka is just looking out the
Caleb might want to go into the office kind of area to look for like the balance book.
Sure. Okay, let's do Satsuka first. You want to? The windows were kind of boarded, so you can try and have a peek through some cracks if you want. Are you just
Yeah.
looking for something in particular, or are you just sort of keeping watch on the front?
Keeping watch, pretty much.
Sure. Okay. Give me a perception check with disadvantage for the smallness of the gap and how rainy it is outside.
13.
13. You see a couple of figures. They don't approach the rook. They are out on the street, just vague shapes in the rain rushing left to right. Watching for while all this is happening, you don't see anyone approaching. Caleb, heading to the
Yes.
office, go for it.
It's locked.
It appears the door is locked.
There don't seem to be a way to open it, and Caleb doesn't know how to pick locks, so Caleb will go back.
Okay, fair enough.
This will be for another time.
Sure. Okay. Oh. Ruha, you're done. Alina, the conversation is over. You can stay pressed against the door, or you can back away from it. It's up to you, I guess. Alright. And action. Everyone continues.
Such a nice plant. No way.
Ruha, are you opening the door?
What's going on?
Time is all continued again. Everyone's moving.
Oh no, I'm just gonna keep helping out.
Yeah, it's done.
Recording.
They're done.
It's done. Okay.
Yep.
All done.
All done. Job's done.
Right, too many references. Ah.
Oh, Ruha,
Yes.
we're having a bit of a private conversation over here. Are you here to strengthen the door on this side as well?
Don't. No, that I wasn't planning on that. Should I?
Well, perhaps not yet. Have we decided whether anyone is going to use this room?
I don't know, but I will do the windows. Please.
The windows are done.
The windows.
Um,
Windows done?
all the windows and doors are secured except this door. Correct. Every other door is done. And window.
Will we actually use the... Sorry, I don't mean to intrude on your conversation. Please, knock on the... talk to me when it's done.
Elmar, I believe we are. I believe we are done for now. Yes?
I do believe there's anything else I need to discuss with you.
Alright. You said you don't believe there's anything else?
I did, yes.
Okay. May I step in? Kind of
Of
awkward.
course. Yes, no, of course. Please, come in.
Door can stay open. Well, so, do we mean to use the sewer door?
Yes, that was the plan. We mean to use the sewer door to access the Red Temple tomorrow.
Right. We mean to do it tomorrow early in the morning?
Well,
As
early
early
as
as
possible
possible.
as we c- Yes. Who wants to be out in this?
Right. To know.
Do you remember the last red storm? Do you remember the last black storm, Ruha?
Yeah. But I didn't really have to deal with it where I was. Frickin' Skakun. Did it hit your homeland?
Yes, it did hit my homeland.
Did you see what happened?
I did, yes. We got off quite lightly compared to. We got off quite lightly compared to here, but people died.
Oh, alright, well, what are we facing here? What are these things like?
Honestly, the rain isn't really the worst part of them.
Say
It's
rain?
the lightning is bad. The thunder sounds more like. The thunder sounds more like the entire stock of an alchemist's lab exploding more than thunder. The wind is pretty bad. The monsters are really bad.
The monsters.
Yes,
What are
there's
they
not
like?
otherworldly. It's strange. They look like they were intended to be animals of a kind once, but have lost any semblance as to what God or man designed for them.
Do they die or do they just run away when the storm ends?
They usually try to cause as much havoc and destruction as possible.
Can they be killed?
Oh yes, they bleed as easy as anything else, but they're hardy things.
They bleed blood.
Some of them. I was only a teenager when the last red storm. Actually, wait, no, sorry. I was only 8 years old when the last black storm happened. I hardly had much experience of the aftermath.
See, but Flame,
You were
what did
18.
see? Oh shit!
But, go on.
You were 18.
Caleb was 10.
Yeah,
Elmar was 18. At the last backstorm.
Yeah, man's 18.
Elmo was 18, sorry, I was thinking of the one before that.
So you really did see much.
Wait, Trajan.
Yeah.
The M question. I believe you told me that Norsha wasn't particularly affected by the Black Storm.
The last one? The last... Yeah, I have it on my thing. Hang on. So the one in 92, Edward, Caleb, Ayla, and Azan experienced it. The one in 85...
Azan, yes.
Yeah, Azan. The one in 85 was experienced by... let's see. Edward was like 6, Caleb was 2, Aylmar was 11, 12. By me, that did lightly affect Bymere. It wouldn't have affected Norsha itself. Norsha is really deep. It more would have been like an eastern thing. She would come over to Adidas. Yeah. But yeah. Edward, Caleb, Aylmar, and you experienced the last one.
Who's you?
The one I'm talking to, you.
Wait, I experienced the last one? Oh, wait.
As in, like, it was like near you, because other people like didn't even know. Like, Ruha had no idea what was happening. Alina had no idea. Satsuka had no idea.
Okay, I see.
You would have been like, "Oh, is something happening? The next country over."
Yeah, I would hear news of it and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
And people traveling would speak of it. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm
Refugees.
gonna call in Caleb. because I know he's from here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Caleb, can you come over for a second?
Sure. What about it?
Corpse bag. So, to hear about these monsters
Mhm.
that come during the Black Storm.
So, what about it?
Exactly. Where do they come from? Do they have blood? Are they like animals?
Some
I
look
guess-
like animals. Some look like the things that. Remember when we entered that cave when we originally came off the ship?
Yes.
Remember that insect-looking thing? That's an empty shell. Some look like that. But they come with the storm,
Wait.
and they stay after the storm.
Back in Tilmar, what did we fight? Did we fight a
Tilmar?
monster?
He's talking about the first village.
Yeah,
I
the
also
first
killed him.
village.
Yeah. When do we first get off? Wasn't it Tilmar?
Yes, it's Tilmar.
Okay.
thought it was
yeah. What did we
Lathan.
fight?
Lathan was the village. Tilma was the town after.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah,
Monsters
that's
aren't
Lifen.
monsters aren't the sole property of Black Storms. Like, monsters come from other places.
There are some monsters that seem to just show up during storms, but the majority are just sort of found around the place. They just come out during storms, or they become more common during storms.
Wait. So what did we fight in Lathan?
In Lathan we fought black crabs. The village after that we had those fox bat things.
Yeah.
The only other things that are really monstrous we fought have been and Templar in origin.
Wait, there's
And
still
there were
that
also the
that
corpses,
shell in
animated
the
corpses.
when we first find the etherite chests. There's
Yes.
that shell that well the creature, the shell of the creature or something like that.
There's theories that most of the monsters are set by Votoran in the Benevist religion. Who is some sort of evil god. This
If we kill him, the monsters die.
kill Votoran? I don't know.
You can't really kill him.
I probably would know that name, wouldn't I, Trey? Because I did think you did mention him at one point. I wouldn't know the name Garukavar, would I?
Vitorin is not Grikavar. Give me a religion check, whoever wants to recall anything about Vitorin.
But I would know the name Votoran. I know he's not Garukavar. I'm well
You'd
aware.
probably know that, yeah. 22. Vitorin is like Garukavar's war general. It's believed that Vitorin has somebody else create monsters, and Vitorin wields the monsters. It's also said that Vitorin calls black storms and also ultimately runs the Templars. But we're not talking about like a person. We're talking about Endon, which is a rank of being, which is kind of like, it's not something that you even know exists in a physical form. We're talking about such high powers.
It's almost like Endon is like one step below non-linear concepts like time, basically.
Yeah,
we know they exist, but we don't have any conception of them.
end on are like, if Nicanor and Grukovar are like, I want to say like transcendent beings, Endon are like a step below. So if they do have forms, no one's ever seen them.
Well, my
They're
thoughts
like,
is
they're
here's what
mythical.
we do with this one. Nicanor and Garukavar are like your great old ones, and everyone else is like a deep one. They'll still drive us mad with incomprehension, but they're not as mad as the others.
Sure. Yeah. Vatorin is not Vatorin is like mythical. Vatorin is not something that anyone has seen. If anything, Vatorin uses a different form called he when he I'm not sure whether to say ascends or descends when he comes about on the mortal plane.
He's an incarnation. He's like Christ himself.
He is like an avatar of Vatorin, who is like an extension of Gurukavar. So we're talking about like ranks of supernatural, metaphysical entities.
Yeah, well, that's why I laughed when you said kill Votorin, because like that is not something I can do with my bow.
That's like saying, oh, let's just kill Lucifer. Like, it's a bit.
Don't roast me.
Who are you talking to, Riiga? You can't respond to me.
It's because I have 19 wisdom. Doesn't mean that.
That's why you suggested to kill an intangible entity. Okay.
Let's kill the god.
Yes. Anyway, what are you guys doing?
Wait. Did Satsuka introduce herself as Satsuka? Did she give
Yes.
her real name? Okay. Satsuka, Alina, can you join us?
What is the purpose of this Ruha?
Sure.
I want to know what we're dealing with.
Are you not familiar with the monsters?
Oh god, a cat is coming in my room. I'm sorry. She's opened the fucking door. I'm sorry. Bear me.
They're evolving.
Soon they'll rule the world.
No.
What do you mean, no? Actually, no. Yeah, they're already ruling the world.
No. I'm allergic.
Too bad.
Pushes you.
Pushes you
the
into the
push?
allergics.
No, let's happen. / me, let's it happen. Whoa.
Wait,
Whoa.
Flame Bear didn't say out loud whether or not he's experienced it right. He just kind of thought about it.
I'm actually curious, with our basic knowledge of like the Benevan religion, which is a little more in my case because I've been actively studying it since we arrived in this country, but would we actually have a conception of like, we know that Garukavar exists? Like, Garukavar is not like an obscure topic?
Would you know Gurukavar exists?
No, but like, would we like know of the concept of Garukavar?
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't take long staying in Benevis to hear about Nicanor's opposition,
How long
especially
would you
around
say-
dark storms, black storms. Yes.
How long would you say you'd have to be around to hear about these things?
I mean, if it's anything like how Christianity has permeated Western culture, there's probably people who swear using Garukavar's name.
Yeah. Or it's like, how long do you have to spend in like Vatican City before you hear about Satan? Like, I don't know how to answer that. Completely random.
I feel like they wouldn't mention Satan so casually.
That's not the point of the analogy.
You attend any sort of event, and it will be mentioned as part of the Holy Bible.
Yeah.
As part of the teachings. So yeah.
Very specific. That's a-
Or like going to somewhere Islamic and until you hear about Allah, like it's pretty much inevitable.
I'm sorry. Alright, guys, sorry. Get your heads in there. Get your heads
What are you guys doing? We only have 3 hours today. What's the
Get your head
what's
out
the
of
plan?
box. Okay. Wait. Flame there. I don't want to be. Were you in the storm?
I have not experienced a storm directly. However, there is. What nuance is there? The weather is going to be dangerous, and there are going to be monsters coming out. We will deal with them as they approach. I do not see any reason to try and predict the future.
You don't have to listen then. That's okay.
Alright.
Have you ever been
Leave me out of this. I'm
Have you
going
ever
to
been
rest.
in the storm?
I don't think dark storms or black storms, which is that far to Tamania.
You see Satsuko kind of staring at the window, lost in thought for a second. It only takes her a second to register that you even said anything to her. She turns to you and says, "Oh, what was that, Ruha?"
I'm just gonna take a quick peek out of the window to see if there's fucking anyone there.
It's boarded up, so you can't see much.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna. Okay.
Darkness. Blackened darkness.
I was saying, have you ever experienced a black storm before?
I've never been in one. I've read that we had a black storm in Tamania, but that was a very long time ago.
What was that like?
If I remember right from the wiki tray, it was like one of the lesser black storms, as in not as bad compared to what Benevis and everywhere else gets, right?
In
Strange.
Tamania? What?
Yeah.
Tamania hasn't had a black storm in like 600 years. It's not really a thing over there.
Okay. Would that have been like documented at all?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no, Tamania's only seen one 550 years ago. So it's not common at all. You would have heard of black storms. I'm not sure that Satsuka would have specific knowledge about black storms.
I don't really know what it's like. I just know that we had one very long time ago.
I see. Caleb, you were in it, right?
I was.
What happened?
Well, not sure. By the time that hit, I'm already it's already gone in my region. But I went to a nearby village with father once, and it's completely leveled. No one's alive.
So it passed by your village?
No, not my village, the other village.
So they just ignored your house?
Blackstorm tends to do that. You never know where they actually hit.
Wow. Do you know how long it lasted? When were you able to go out?
Trey, do I have any recollection of that?
You're talking about the one when you were 9?
Yes.
Probably the average, several days.
Several days, but monsters after that. Correct?
Yeah, monsters tend to just... I mean, some monsters seem to only come up during black storms, but there is certainly an increase in monster presence afterward, as they sort of linger if they're not dealt with.
Well, can't go out for quite a while. There's still monsters about after the Black Storm. The worst gone in days, but some still linger.
I just entered the Eternus Order. I think I'd been in for about a year or two when the last Black Storm hit. And they had all of us, even the trainees, the ones who hadn't fully qualified yet. We were all tasked with guarding the highest ranking nobles in the Hawk One. We sheltered in the capital city of the Eva Empire, there, in one of the fortified palaces. The security for us was seen as paramount. We weren't hit as badly as Benevis or other places in '92, but I remember the fact that it was the first time I'd seen most of these people anything other than entirely sure of themselves. They're scary things to go through.
Had quite the life.
My life has been very short and very interesting. But I don't really relish experiencing a black storm again.
No one
They
does.
tend to be worse in this country for some reason.
I wonder why that is.
It might have something to do with altitude, or possibly latitude.
Or
But
possibly
you
because
can't really predict them. I mean, generally they say that inland is safer, but that's basically the only rule.
You know what it is? Birds at the door.
Hmm?
It's 'cause of that one during the darkness 1,000 years ago. In the first black storm. The darkness. That one called Veriviet. They killed him. Eventually. Up in Nor. I reckon that's why the storms are worse in Benevis. There's something here that they want.
Has anyone ever been up there? You can't step on the land. They taught us about it. Every now and then a mad alchemist wanders up there to try and see if he can find something more powerful than aetherite, but no one's gotten closer than 100 miles.
Yeah, you can't go there. No one can.
What place is this in Nor?
This is what's it? It's
It used to be called Arngos, I seem to recall.
Arngos is the area. I'm just checking me maps. No, I'm doing a history check. But that's really good.
I think it's in Amberia somewhere, isn't it? South.
Do. Very Viet.
Spelled by the way?
I'm just finding the information myself. So Arngos is a region, but there was also a city called Arngos, which is where Veriviet attacked. And Veriviet was a Zelkanar, a greater demon. And Veriviet was slain at the city. And the area around, a big area around, is not an area that people can visit.
That close to the Vestal Castle?
No, Vestal Castle is not in Umbar.
No, that's across the channel. But Viriviet was there for a reason. Maybe whatever they're after is moving, or maybe... Wait, what are you talking about Vestal Castle for?
I don't know.
You like going there?
No.
Make a deception check.
Alright.
Fucking give him disadvantage for this.
It's called...
I don't know. No, you're not. Is this a fucking comment?
No, I didn't mention Vestal Castle.
When I said that, genuinely, like,
give me a
I
deception
don't like
check.
intellectually make the connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like a feeling.
Right. Well, what you do is your business. Just hope you help us through the storm first.
What? You said he was in Vestal Castle?
Oh no, you brought up Vestal Castle, I didn't.
Okay.
Viriviet was a greater demon who came up during the first darkness. He attacked Argos in Umberia. He was killed by some priest, I don't remember his name. He used a big old weapon, got him right in the middle, right in his gem. And Viriviet, he died on the spot, and his sword is there, and his sword is like killing the land around it, and you can't go near it. So Viriviet was there for a reason, is what I'm saying. He was doing something. He was there for a reason. Argos was a pretty important city back in the day.
What were they doing in Angos?
Argos was the city. I mean, it was, you know, all roads lead to Argos, you know what they say. I mean, on the island anyway. Huh?
Why don't they just shoot, take out the sword, no?
You can't go near it.
Stop killing?
You cannot get anywhere near it.
Or
You die.
do the same thing they did with the thing, no?
What thing?
Just use a catapult, no?
To get near the sword?
Yes.
Oh, lady, that... When I say near it, I mean like... You can barely even see the thing on the horizon.
Eh?
I mean, that's what they say.
Blindfold.
No, I mean... How far do catapults go in Remdor?
Far enough.
I don't think so.
I don't think you can shoot something on the horizon.
No, it's way too far.
Maybe a trebuchet?
No.
No.
Are you not going to bed anytime soon?
Oh,
Hopefully.
it is late, is it not?
Yeah.
I think I will...
Or just like that, huh?
No pleasantries.
It's not really the time, is it?
Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot my things.
It's my first divorce.
What time of day is it? Satsuka, you generally have the best head for this sort of thing, even in this storm.
Satsuka. Satsuko, give me an intelligence check.
Satsuko the party clock.
5. It is nighttime. Early. It is probably around or in the couple of hours following sunset. It's really hard to tell now.
I'd say early night is my best guess. It's very hard to tell with the storm and not being able to have a good view of the outside through the windows.
Excuse me.
Can I try and estimate what time it is with my own intelligence?
Sure, disadvantage. Because you don't have keen mind.
Yes. Why did I roll deception? Let me try.
No, don't reroll. What's the modifier?
My intelligence modifier is 4, so I'd have rolled at least a 7.
7? Same answer. It's night. Early night.
Alright.
Guess I'll take first watch.
Quick thing.
Wake me up a second.
What?
Look, Trey.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
Bert wear any kind of like religious symbols or anything like that, or is he just like a
Any what symbols?
religious?
Religious symbols. Not a glance.
Like, I don't know. Okay. Right. Cool. Does he just like dress like any other person, just randos?
No, he's dressed like a. He's dressed more like a street thug kind of deal, but like maybe one step up.
Okay, nothing like nothing that would suggest like.
Nothing official, nothing professional, no allegiance.
I'm wondering like, nothing of other culture feeling things.
Nah, not really. Nothing foreign.
I can take second watch for the night, or not second, third watch for the night.
Right, I'm not gonna take any watches. Bite me.
Oh, yeah. I forgot how watches work. Didn't we like agree on that?
If you want extra hands
So-
for the third watch, I can be up as well.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it? 4 shifts is usually how it's done. 2 hours each.
Mm-hmm.
So Bert's doing the first one.
Last session.
What? There was some talk about watches last session, but I don't know if anyone wrote that list down. So Bert's offering to do the first one. Who wants to do the second one?
I'll take second watch.
Eleanor on second, Alina on third. No, Satsuko on third, was that it?
Yeah, Salts will take third.
And last watch?
Caleb.
Caleb. Okay. Alright. Bert takes a seat by the dying fire. Where are you guys sleeping?
Oh wait, we have better beds now.
Yep.
Zedek, come here, we're gonna get you a better bed, okay?
Pew. Pew.
Alright. By the way, I'm gonna like put boarding stuff, like the wood that we're gonna use to board this door later
Yeah,
when we come back. I'm just gonna make it all ready here so that we can like do it really quickly if
sure.
without fumbling around trying to get the supplies. Yeah.
Understood.
Hammers and everything there. Okay.
Everything there. Okay, there are rooms at the bottom. The top 2 have already been claimed.
Along for the guys.
I will stay in our old shared room just because of the fact that the door's open here.
Sure,
I'm
okay.
not going to keep watch on it, but I'll just sleep in this room.
Alright.
Just make sure not to sleep in the bed that the corpse was put in.
The corpse bed.
Kind of a lottery. We're not gonna tell you.
Shoo.
All right. Pretty good.
Okay.
I will leave all the rooms open except for the office. Just, you know, just in case anyone wants to go and pick one.
Yeah.
Windows are all boarded up everywhere, right?
Yep.
Sweet.
Satsuka and Caleb, where are you sleeping?
Salt's just gonna sleep in the bed she's currently in.
In the corpse bed. Okay.
In the
Oh,
corpse
that's
bed.
the one.
Isn't that the corpse bed, the top left?
I thought it was the far.
The
right
ward,
one.
yeah, that's the corpse bed. Yeah, the word has been said.
Because it was first put on the first bed, I thought. And then it was
Yeah, also
moved.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
it was
that's the
put
case.
there.
Then. It'd be this.
Okay.
Let's move to the chair. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was moved to the.
Oh, that's
far
why I
right.
was thinking it was in the far right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caleb?
Use my sleeping room.
Oh, you're in that room
Yeah.
as well. 3 of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very wholesome sleepy time.
Very wholesome sleepy time.
What do you mean to imply by that? That's very weird.
Aylmar's separating them, it's okay. Okay. Now it's... Wait, I think I have a fade out.
That bell ring is very dedicated.
It's on a perpetual machine. Oh,
Why is it still on? I thought that
it's just gonna fade it out?
Look, if I was the guy ringing the bell, I'd want as many people as possible to know.
yeah, but you know, someone's going to stop them.
Mayor.
Is that fading out? It is fading out. Okay. Sleepy time. Let's have a look.
Can sleep.
Since we only have 3 hours, are you guys okay with just powering through, not having a break?
Would love for a break.
I'm happy to power through.
I'm fine with going through.
You're up for a break, did
My
you say?
Bladder, yeah, my bladder would thank you profusely.
Well,
I
go
can
now.
show you
Go
my
now.
bladder.
Go now.
Okay, alright, Barry.
Joke's on him. Let's keep playing.
Might be better this way.
Might be better this way.
Don't lie.
Without his 19 intelligence, will be
It's
okay.
wisdom. It's wisdom.
Yeah,
What?
wisdom.
Okay.
What do you mean? 19 intelligence. I
He
missed
doesn't have
the
19
bell.
intelligence. I have 19 intelligence. He has 19 wisdom. There's a big difference.
Then
sorry.
who has the 19 constitution?
Not me.
No one?
Caleb.
Who'd have thought
I
that'd
have
be a bad idea
18
as a fighter?
constitution, not 19.
Caleb has 18. Caleb is the tank, question mark?
He's not the tank.
No, he's not the tank.
Quotation marks.
He's
not question.
He's the strong boy.
Question mark?
Although he doesn't have that many strength.
No, I think
Just
for constitution, I think tough is a better word than strong.
I got compared to me once with tomatoes. Strength is how well you crush a tomato. Dexterity is how well you dodge one. Constitution is how well you eat a rotten one.
Intelligence is knowing that tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad.
Charisma is the ability to sell a tomato-based fruit salad.
Yes.
Yeah, we all heard.
that
Good
that
plus.
constitution. Maybe Caleb should sleep in the corpse bed to test his constitution.
Oh, that would be quite a test.
A test of endurance.
We use my dexterity to dodge the corpse bed.
The corpse bed comes alive at night.
I am preparing something. I'm not just waiting for Rihanna.
Oh, thank
Nice.
Nice. That's right.
Meow.
Welcome back. Loading screen.
Can you give us helpful tips?
Don't die.
Skip.
Yeah, you have to give
So
another
how the
one now.
loading screen works, you can't skip it. It's...
He's giving the tip,
I
not the
skipped the
screen.
Yeah, you skip the tip. Come on.
The tip
But if the
skip.
tip is on the loading screen, then you can't skip it.
You can press the.
You can just go to the next tip.
I wonder
Yeah.
what loading screen tips you'd find in Riga.
Yeah, I can't come
Yeah.
up with any while I'm doing stuff.
Buturin is the general of war of Garukova. He is not great at parties.
That's it's a little bit up there.
I believe in you, Virgil. Keep going.
Me?
Yeah. Going.
Orban once said, helpful tips are not that helpful.
Kasasin is the capital of the Archine region. It is
You're
ruled by a
doing
duke. There have been historic tensions between the Leren Alliance and the Archine Kingdom, but most of these tensions have lowered.
Political tips.
Do people really say Archine?
What? The kingdom?
Have you not been saying it like
I
that?
thought we were supposed to say Archine.
Arcane is the kingdom, yeah.
Arcane in the Riiga world? No?
The
Raija?
Rygia.
a common way of referring to time travel in Riga is to talk about being in the forest.
In Riga, the forest means something else.
Or what mushroom?
Okie dokie. I need to find suitable music.
And also, we would like to know if we can
Nope.
consider ourselves rested.
Nope.
Can we get drug tips?
Please
Also,
wait.
say yes, Rajim.
I'm not saying yes.
What is the crack
You
of
just said it
Legion?
right there.
What's the what?
What's the crack opening of Legion?
I don't know, Etherite.
There was someone doing alchemy around here. Where that from?
Smoke etherite?
I don't. Someone's gonna do it.
We
Brush up a line of ether.
Oh no.
Well, Azan is dead, and that was the alchemist guy. So,
He was the one most likely to do it.
This is so sad.
Can we like microdose etherite like LSD?
That's what Hennick's doing.
Productive boost.
True.
what the Zon did.
It's on macro dose. That was like
Yeah, a
dose.
true Satsuka microdosed.
That's right. I'm talking like a microgram, okay? Like 5 micrograms.
I'm back.
Well, if you were to compare etherite to radioactive isotopes, then 5 micrograms would be enough to kill you. But, if you were to talk like
And
cesium,
can
for
we
example.
build an etherite reactor and power off etherite?
He found the music.
Oh shit. Is that what they were fighting for?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're secretly building nuclear technology. The intent plus saving humanity.
Renewable energy. It comes from the gods.
The demon god.
Yeah, we just gotta call darkness over and over again.
Be right back.
If the right appears, okay.
Wait, who left?
Right.
Asked.
Rage.
We don't have a DM now.
I will become the
Oh,
DM.
oh god.
There's a knock at the door. It's the High Palisar. He's here to make Ruha the king.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh! We're doing dream sequence, okay.
I don't think he has the authority to
There's
make
another,
him
there's
king,
another
but
knock at the
whatever.
door. It's Matthew. It turns out that Edward and Azan aren't really dead. They're living on a farm upstate.
Wow.
Think if true.
With Edward, now named Nelson.
What?
Third knock at the door. It's Ra'asan. He's apologizing. It turns out he wasn't dead. He was just sleeping.
This is just sad now. I'm the DM. I'm gonna solve all my relationships. I didn't kill my
The
dad.
fourth knock on the door is
Go
going to
make
be the
him.
Shimtik. He's going to say sorry for the etherite and take it away.
I'm back.
We wrapped up the plot while you were gone. I Deus Ex Machina solutions.
Oh, what happened?
You all
So
are
Ruha's
problems.
now the king of Arkine.
Arcane.
Ra'atan wasn't dead. He was just pretending.
Oh,
The White Scorpion shown up apologized and taken the etherite away to dispose of responsibly in a recycling facility.
hmm.
And what was the last thing? Oh, that's right. Matthew's back and he says that it turns out Azan and Edward aren't actually dead. They're living on a farm upstate. So everything's fine. No one died. We can all go home.
Yeah, take notes, Trevor.
Damn, amazing. Okay, speaking of dreams, everyone got the music up? Turn up jukebox. Turn up jukebox until you hear the cold wind.
I
I've got
hear
the
cold
winds.
wind.
Oh, Joe.
I can tell
Cold
it's a cold
wind.
wind.
Can you?
Yes.
Good. You know the secret.
What if it's a hot wind? How do I tell?
It's the pitch.
If I don't have AB, it's hard to tell.
Cold winds
Water,
are.
I know a reference. I know when it sounds like it's hot. But with wind, I really don't know.
What do you mean?
You know it sounds when it's boiling. What do you mean when it's hot? Does it sound...
First of all, there's no such thing as quote-unquote boiling.
Anyway,
The total energy supplied,
anyway,
a certain amount.
anyway,
You can't even
Anyway.
quantify it, so don't try. Yeah,
anyway.
the dream.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yes.
So, a flame bearer.
Mm. I don't like this.
You are about about 20. You're in the snow. You're in the snow, coming upon a village back home in Norcia. Well, from a distance, it would look like a village, but you know better. You know that the people who are staying here are not innocent. You followed them here from another town, keeping a reasonable distance, staying on their tail. You follow these End Templars all the way to their hidey hole. And you know where they're staying, and they don't know you're here. The
The
Hmm. This, you know, isn't quite what you came out all this way for. You found what was left of the Armigers. You've hunted Fothros more now than you would care to count off your head. You approach this small settlement, and you can smell the smoke thinly in the chill air. You sidle up to one of the buildings and get close to a shuttered window. And you listen. You recognize one of the voices. This is definitely the people you're after. You make your way around the building, and you find a spot to hide and wait. And time passes. It gets dark soon enough. And even though you're not usually one to skulk in the shadows, you're not exactly in the shadows. You have Ravel's light guiding you. And you get to work. going from building to building, taking them by surprise. They're not ready for you. They didn't know anyone was within miles of this area. Their guard is completely down. You destroy these and Templars. 3 of them. And you know, looking now at these 3 bodies, that you're here for a reason. You need to take back proof. So, of the 3 bodies, which one would you like to loot first? 1, 2, or 3?
Are they visibly different?
They're different people. They don't really look any more special than each other.
Right, I was mostly asking in terms of like importance, like was one dressed better than the other, or like, you know, like maybe some ranks.
The only one that's different, number 1, is the one that you followed here. That's the only distinction you have.
Alright, I'll start with number 1 then.
Okay, number 1, you start going through their things. There's a small crossbow, a chain shirt, a shield, a broken short sword, a scimitar, a component pouch, woodcarver's tools, some sort of wooden totem, a saddle, some old carrots, a black book, an amulet, and a metallic sphere. Those last 3 items, black book, amulet, metallic sphere, that'll be good proof. Would you like to take those 3 items?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Sound like good quality.
Okay. The other 2 bodies. Would you like to loot 2 or 3 next?
The one closest to the first body. Whether it be 2 or 3. Just by proximity.
Okay. We're going in order. Number 2. You find some rope, another scimitar, but this one's rather fancy, exotic even. Several old books, a mess kit, some tea leaves, ink, quill, and paper, a drawing of a magic circle, a bag of just silver coins, a vial of black liquid, a nice key, and a bronze mirror. Of these items, the last 2, the key and the bronze mirror, they would make good evidence. Would you like to take them?
Am I capable of any form of reflection in the dream? Like pause for a moment and like think about the evidence. Like, as I'm thinking about how good of an evidence they would make. Like, I'm not trying to be like too too specific about this. Because like as I'm thinking about the evidence, would I be able to like try and think in a direction of what am I trying to get evidence for?
Sure. You know you need evidence to bring back to the overseer, you need to demonstrate to him what you've been doing. This isn't what you sent out for, but this is the task that revealed itself to you.
I see. Well, yeah, in that case, yes, I will 100% take nice key and bronze mirror, right?
Nice key and bronze mirror. Okay. And
Overseer. Got
the third one. The third body. You find upon them a mess kit, a water skin, a shovel, some javelins, a chain net, a length of rope, the cartography tools, your heartstone, a small lockbox, and a collection of various metal and stone spheres and cylinders. Those last three, the heartstone, the lockbox, and the spheres and cylinders, they should make pretty good proof.
Am I able to recognize my own heartstone? Does it seem odd to me? I mean, heartstone would be something important to me regardless, even if I don't recognize that as my own.
You look at the heartstone, and you decide for whatever reason to focus on it. Heartstones are significant, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
Say
Please. Yes.
21.
A 21. Phenomenal. Flamebearer, you wake up standing over your own backpack, its contents spilled out onto your bed. There are all your things there. You're holding your own heartstone still around your neck. And there are some other items here that you know were not in your backpack. A black book, an amulet, metallic sphere, a nice key, and a bronze mirror. Aside from the heavy rain outside, there's nothing else around you. It's dead still.
I'm in my own room, right?
You're in your own room, your door is wide open.
Okay. I will attempt to double check, right? Like pause for a moment and double check if I woke up for sure. Like as much as I, as I can.
Slap yourself a bit, something like that, pinch yourself.
Yeah. Like try to touch things and figure out how real it feels.
Give me well, you could do intelligence. An intelligence check?
Okay.
A wisdom check even?
That's a 21 intelligence check.
21 for intelligence?
Yes.
You're pretty sure this is real. And pretty quickly you sort of piece together a possible sequence of events here. But without moving, it's impossible to tell.
Right, and in which case, I'll take my things, as in, I'll take my weapon, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Because something seems amiss, so I will like to be on my guard. Well, first location in my mind. Oh, Bert is standing there? No problem?
He's sitting there, facing the fire.
Okay, I'll walk up to Bert first.
Mm-hmm.
I won't sit down, I'm just like standing next to a chair.
Yeah.
Bert, I...
Oh,
Yeah, it is just me.
it's you again.
Were there any troubles in the past few hours of the night?
Hasn't. I mean, you just come out here. Nothing's changed.
How? Excuse me, I had a bit of a terrible sleep. How long ago did I leave the room? I mean, the one up to the up front, the one where
your
the
room?
others
Oh,
will stay.
your room. I don't know. It's been less than an hour or something. You left your room, you walked up into there, and you went back again.
I see. Thank you, Bert.
Yeah, is something all right? Yeah.
I simply have to check on my friends. I had a bit of a bad premonition, you could say.
Yeah, all right. In here, beside Elmar's bed, his bag has just been upturned and his objects are just scattered all over the floor.
What about the other two?
Nope.
I'm trying to. I'm not trying to wake them up or anything, so I'm not like already loud.
Yeah.
Do I need to like make a stealth check or something?
Not when they're asleep, no.
Okay. What about the other two? It's only Amar's bag?
Yeah, from what it looks like. Nothing around Satsuka's bed. Caleb's bed all the way over there, but you can't see anything at the foot of it.
When he rummaged through the bed, it makes no sound, but whatever.
Sorry?
When he rummaged through the
Can't hear you, Dennis.
Like really, really quiet.
Come back to your microphone.
Yeah.
There you are.
When Flamebearer rummaged through the back and not producing any sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay, but like, all right. If the belongings of the other two are seemingly untouched, then I will just like to take a look at Aylmar, like, and see if he seems fine.
Elmar himself appears to be sound asleep.
Alright, breathing normally, nothing out of ordinary, no, like...
At a glance, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as long as he appears alive, I'm not going to be like...
Yep.
walking up to him and shaking him awake to make sure. If there are no clear signs, okay. Oh, one more thing, Bert.
Yeah.
Do you perhaps know where the other two are staying? Which room did they pick?
Your friends, down near you. I think I saw the white-haired lass in the room across from me. The other one, I'm not sure.
Oh, I see. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll attempt to slowly open the door. Take a peek inside.
Alina appears asleep. There is nothing scattered across the floor.
Okay. Back away, close the door. Oh, I can see the door open down there, right?
Yep, it is open.
Okay, so I'm going to approach that one first. I'm taking a look at his room and Ruha himself.
Riha's bag has been upturned and objects are scattered across the floor.
Let me see. And when I look at Ruha himself, like in terms of him laying on the bed, are there any signs of, that the sheets being disturbed, like his posture natural?
How soundly does Riha sleep, T? Does he toss and turn much?
Yeah, I'm a fucking schizo, sure.
Bit restless? Okay. Yeah, he looks a little twisted in his covers.
Yeah, but I mean, like, like the sheets thrown away or something. Like as if someone disturbed him into sleep. That's what I meant.
Probably not.
Rather than... Okay. I'm going to go back to my room.
Mm-hmm.
Clean up the mess. Sort the items. Like, I can still remember the dream, right?
Yes, you can.
Alright. So I will clean up the mess, put things back where they belong, and take the items that I know aren't mine, and put them on like the cupboard, whatever, like some form of the wardrobe or chest, whatever that is.
Gotcha.
I'll put them separately. Yeah, the black book, amulet, metallic sphere on one side, and the nice skin bronze mirror on the other side.
Okay.
And I am not sure what the exact procedure is, but I suppose I will do whatever ceremonial circumstances are suitable for a prayer. That's my order.
Well, funny you should mention that, because before you even say anything to Rayville, you receive a message. But it arrives in the form of a buzz in your pocket.
The heart. Yeah, the sending stone.
The sending stone.
It's your phone.
It's your phone.
It's the pager.
It's a Facebook notification. The message reads, and I'll send it to you. You have an opportunity, if you like, to make a response, otherwise you can leave it.
I will leave it. No, I will not respond to that.
Very well. You put the stone away. and you offer instead a prayer to Ravel. Give me a religion check.
Okay. Seem to be rolling a bit high
Well,
today.
that's good for you. 24. This is you pray to Ravel. Can I ask, are you praying for protection, for answers, for guidance? What's the nature of this prayer? It's up to you.
I am yes. I am mostly in distress, so it is like some form of a some sort of guidance to, like, you know,
Guidance,
steel myself and,
reassurance.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. You pray to Ravel for guidance, for strength, for reassurance. This is unusual. With the heartstone clutched in your hands, it never really emits warmth, but sometimes you just feel something from it. Just a tingle or something other than just a dull grey light. As you pray to Ravel, to the Holy Pyre, you get the sense that you need to steel yourself against not dark magic. This is beyond what you would call magic. This is entities. This is supernatural darkness. This, now more than ever, you think you need to keep your light close, for it is the only thing that will get you through this. And you cannot let it go.
I see.
What else would you like to do?
As I finish my prayer, I'd like to take out the sending stone. How, like, just from my knowledge of you know, somewhat magic imbued items. Wait,
Yeah.
I still have. Oh yeah, I still have divine sense. So yeah. So first of all, I would like to, like, try and I guess detect poison and disease wouldn't really make any sense here, right?
I mean, it depends. Keep talking.
Yeah, what I was saying is I would like to try and see if I can feel any sort of unholy energy emanating from the sending stone itself, since, you know, things are aligning a bit too nicely here.
Sure. Chuck Divine Sense in chat for me.
Of course.
Celestial Fiend Undead. Type. Consecration, Desecration. Okay. So this isn't a normal feature of this skill, but I like the usage here, so I'm going to give you something. So, with your divine sense, you focus on the sending stone, and once you do, you detect that there is, it's like the stone is within another stone. Around it, not physical, not solid, there is this sort of orb visage there. It has its own light to it, which it doesn't actually emit light, but you can see, like, it is luminous. You can see it, and you can see through it as well. And with your divine sense, this feels like something has been done to this sending stone, and you think it's not a good idea to have it on your person.
Right. Which brings me to my next question.
Yes.
Given my general knowledge, or like I guess I could do a check on it, but how possible would it be to destroy a sending stone?
That's a good question.
I do have access to radiant damage, just for, for if it's
Radiant? Yeah.
relevant. Yes, just letting you know.
I just need to check something. Just need to make sure that magic items don't have some sort of innate protection, but it doesn't look like they do.
Would they? Never mind.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, you don't know about destroying whatever magic is on it, but in terms of the physical object itself, you're pretty sure you could smash it and destroy it, or at least affect its, reduce its effectiveness.
Right. Because obviously I would like to unattune to it, but I also don't want anyone else to attune to it. So I would presume that if I were to shatter it, yes, if I would do my best to shatter it, I do have the what was it, a warhammer that I found, a vault hammer, yeah. I do have the vault hammer that I found.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
Sure. No, this is a 1. Okay, no.
Oh, no, still pretty good. So, okay, so in terms of just damaging or destroying it so that other people can't use it, you're pretty sure just breaking apart the stone itself will help with that. You're pretty sure that that might affect the sending stone magic on it. You don't think that will stop the whatever the orb is on it. You get the feeling that that's something separate, some sort of attachment there. That would probably require some kind of ritual to get rid of that, or at the very least some sort of dispelling magic.
I see. Well, do I feel like it would be possible to, like, I don't know mechanically how this really is meant to work, so I'm asking out of curiosity, how feasible does it seem to me to unattune to the sending stone?
You only need an hour to unattune to it. that will, as far as you know, that will prevent you from receiving the messages. And
Okay. So
Yeah.
what I will do, yes.
yes,
Since I was able to scout the area before, right? Like I went everywhere. In terms of upstairs, right? The upstairs area next to like some where Hennek
yeah.
is there any remote, like is there some corner room, some remote location there? I don't want to switch them up if not necessary.
If you're looking for remoteness, actually the kitchen might be the furthest from people.
Yeah, but kitchen will be used. I mean like some room that I could.
Oh, some place to leave it.
Yes.
There, you could probably put it upstairs in one of the many like pots or drawers or something like that. It doesn't seem much stuff gets used up there. There is also the office, which only you have the key for.
Yeah. I was thinking either office or if there's no specific, like if there's no like abandoned room or like a small storage room or something upstairs that I could.
No, not that you know of.
Okay.
Everywhere else someone has access to.
Sure, I'll go to the office.
All right, unlock.
I will go to the office. Yes. I will obviously open the office for people to barricade the window. Just saying.
Yeah, I assumed that. Yeah.
Okay.
There are monsters in here. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I will. You know what? I'll be a bit more sneaky. Could I try and like go to the bottom left corner of the room and try to excitedly dislocate one of the wooden panels on the floor? You know, like maybe try to lift it a bit. See if I can.
Hide it in the structure somehow.
Yeah.
Give me a... I guess creating a secret compartment intelligence?
Okay. That's very good.
Okay. You do manage to find there is a loose floorboard in the corner here. With the right amount of leverage on one end, you can lift up the other end, get like the end of a knife in it, and bring it up a little. And there's already a little pocket here, and there is a little bundle wrapped in cloth, caked in dust.
Well, since we're here already, yeah, I'd like to. No, that's not the reasoning of my character. Okay, but yes, I would like to check if it's something important.
Okay, you want to
I'd like
unwrap
to
it?
inspect the. Yeah.
All right. Oops. Wrapped up in cloth is a very old corked glass bottle, as in some sort of, like a beverage of some kind, like a wine bottle. And a knife, a dagger. Just a plain one.
When you say old, does it seem like 50 or like 100 years old? Like
It's like when you lift it up, the liquid doesn't really look that liquidy anymore. It's hard to see what's going on in there. It's sort of clouded.
I see.
The label's probably mostly worn off.
Okay, I will leave it where it was.
Okay.
I'll also put the cursed sanding stone in there.
Alright. Hiding the sending stone in the floorboards. Alright. It is done.
Okay, with that out of the way. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would also, I mean, as part of it, since everyone's asleep, I
Hmm.
would just like to say that I would also be unattuning to the stone. Right?
Okay.
Given that
So you
it's
need to
part of
spend the
process.
hour with it.
Yeah.
So you're doing that before you put it under the floorboards in the office?
Yeah, I would do it before in my own room, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright. So you come out after an hour. Everything alright?
Well, now it is.
It's about time to get the next one on watch. Oh wait, who
Well,
was it?
Should be around time, yes.
Was it the white-haired lass or the other one?
Oh, I'm afraid I cannot help you. I was not there when that was decided.
Oh, I'm already here. Right. Satsuka,
Yes.
you are awoken. What happened here? Bert notices there are just items scattered at the foot of Aylmar's bed.
Let's go look over. Just kind of shrugs. Going through his supplies, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe. Alright, your turn to watch.
Oh, all right. So are these three just sitting here, awake?
What three?
Oh, so Isaac,
Oh, these guys?
yeah,
Do you see them moving now?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're not there.
Okay, I was very confused for a second.
All good. Okay, watch time. Find somewhere comfy and give me a perception check.
Before I start my watch, there is something Satsuko
Oh,
wanted
sure.
to do. So she's wanted to come over here and sit down in front of the fire, close her eyes for a second, and she wants to say let me see what religion she is again. I think it's Gaoism. Double checking. Yes.
Taoism.
Okay, I didn't know how it's pronounced. Sorry. Gaoism.
Yeah.
She wants to say a Taoist prayer to of protection for Dredgen as well as herself and her friends here.
Oh, Gaoji. I was thinking of San. Yeah. Gaoji.
Oh.
Okay. A Gaoji prayer. Give me a religion check.
Is she able to like take longer for it?
So ideally, to make a prayer in Gaojism, you probably want some sort of likeness of Gaojang, like some sort of painting or figurine. You don't have that, which probably explains the poor result here.
Okay.
You make your prayer, even though you know it's not the ideal way to make it. You make it regardless.
After she finishes that, she would move over here, have a good view of the whole area, and start her watch.
Alright, perception check, please.
Well,
14. Your 2 hours pass uneventfully.
Let's see. Okay, so I want to, before I wake up the next person, I want to do, I don't know if it'd be a wisdom or intelligence check.
Yeah.
Because she saw that it was, I forget the guy's name, the guy that woke her up.
Bert?
She saw that it wasn't Aelmar that woke her up, and she knew that Aelmar was supposed to be before her. So
Yeah.
would I have to make a check to just see if she would recognize that Aelmar hasn't gone yet?
I mean, you don't really have a way to tell, but if you wake him up and he says he's already gone, he can just go back to sleep. It's not going to negatively impact his rest.
Satsuka would go over and just kind of nudge Aelmar to wake him up.
Satsuka. What's the matter?
Have you already done your watch?
I haven't done a watch yet, no.
Okay.
I meant to take second watch.
I guess the order got mixed up then. I just finished my watch.
So you took second watch?
Yes.
Okay, I can take third watch, that's fine. Not much of a muchness.
Okay. And Caleb will be last. Also, you might want to put your things back in your bag before then, just so you don't trip over them when you go to wake up
What?
Caleb.
I didn't have my... Can I look at my things? They shouldn't be out of my bag.
Yeah, it looks like someone's just upended your bag on the floor at the foot of the bed.
Just before I go out, could I put my... Can I just check what's
What's missing?
What's missing, yeah.
Well, taking a few minutes to check over everything. There's a certain key and a bronze mirror that you recently acquired, which are both missing.
That's unfortunate.
Gets robbed. That's unfortunate.
Well, we're trying to access the Red Temple, so that's the key to the Red Temple that someone's just stolen. But I have no idea who it could possibly be.
And in those 5 minutes, you can put your items away as well if you want.
I will put my...
Okay. Your inventory's back.
Except for those two things.
Yeah. Is Flamebearer intentionally not in bed?
Yeah.
You just stood there for 2 hours? Okay.
No, I wouldn't stand there for 2 hours. I was just waiting.
If I come out of the room, would I see Flamebearer or is he gone?
No, he's not within sight. I think I need to resolve this first, though. Okay, so Satsuka's going to bed. Flamebearer, were you doing something in those 2 hours?
So could I, because I kind of didn't expect this much of a time skip. So could I retroactively just ask a simple question to Bert as well as I was going away?
Oh, sure.
I wanted to just ask about the watch order, if he knows it.
The watch order?
Yeah.
He's just kind of guessing. He doesn't really remember.
Yeah, but like if you were to tell me, what would I get in terms of
Those words.
Kinda guess.
Yeah, those words, those exact words.
Okay, then I guess I would like if I saw Satsuka being out on the watch after after a while, if I like picked out of my room,
Yep.
then I would I would go back to my room. Okay, this is a bit technical, but like if I were to,
Less than an hour.
because watches, yeah. I mean, we take shifts for watches, right? So if I were to take a nap now, right, for like like an hour or two, then do something and go back to sleep, would it completely discount long rest? Or...
I mean, you get 2 hours within the 8 of downtime. You've used up more than one already, like 1 in 15, maybe 1 in 20. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do more than half an hour of something, then you're gonna reduce the effectiveness of your long rest.
Right.
Whether you can
Yeah,
wake
so
up
if I
at
see
will, you don't know.
True. So I would go, I would go take a nap, try to rest and take a nap and try to take a nap at a length that would be approximately how long a shift would be. That's my intention going to bed, right? But we all know that intentions don't necessarily match up to
Well,
results.
I guess that's pretty much random. Okay, so Aylmar, you're having your shift.
Yep, I will do the watch. Where
hang on.
people been doing the watch?
Wait. So Flamberry, you're doing that in the... You unattuned at the end of Birds. So were you trying to sleep through Satsuka's?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to wake up around now. Okay, give me... Waking yourself up. Give me a constitution check.
Oh,
Okay, well, you'll be sleeping through this shift. Aylmar, just around this common area.
Alright, let me just find my tab with this. I will take the watch up in the common area.
Mm-hmm.
Probably take a seat by the fire.
Yep.
And I will take a full rest. I'll summon a martyr to also keep watch here. Just 2 sets of eyes are better than 1. So, what do you want me to roll for this? Perceptions?
Yeah.
No particular advantage or disadvantage?
Nope.
1 from me. 1 from the bird.
The 2 hours passes uneventfully.
That's the last watch of the night, isn't it?
Nope.
Someone I have to wake up.
Yep. Caleb.
Hello.
Hello?
I will wake Caleb up. Probably by a hand on the shoulder. Caleb, it's morning watch.
Alright, and anything happened during
It's
your
been-
watch?
It's been pretty quiet. Nothing's really happened. The fire's nice. I kept the wood high, so it should be warm still.
Okay, thanks. Caleb will walk around the premise, so to speak.
Doing the security guard patrol?
Yes, the
Nice.
security guard patrol.
Yep.
While listening for anything Weird.
Okie dokie. Give me a perception check. Yours have advantage. Yep.
17.
17. While you're down here in this corner, you notice that nothing happens. 2 hours pass without event. I'm just messing with you.
Nothing happens. The night's quiet.
Nope,
Well,
you don't notice anything. So, you all gain the benefits of a long rest. Rest up, guys. Hit points, spell slots, hit dice, sending stone, daily charges, whatever else. Put it all up. Is T there?
he's dead.
T's there. Okay. What do we got, Virgil? 15 minutes-ish?
Yeah, about that.
Okie dokie. Well, you guys can wake up at who's waking up first? Actually, Flamebearer, give me another Constitution check.
I was trying to wake up anyway.
You are trying to wake up anyway. Nope, you're asleep. Okay, who's gonna wake up first? Probably Satsuka, Ailmar. They usually rise early.
I'll do a constitution roll as well to see if I can get it before Aylmore.
No, you don't have to. And if you want.
I usually wake up pretty early. So
Yeah.
do you want to just roll a D100 and nervous hold it closer to D100 wakes up first, Satsuka?
Sure.
Well,
I got a 24.
That's
Well, you wake up
pretty close.
30 seconds, 30 seconds before me.
We use these 30 seconds very well.
Yeah, you don't have to hear me talk. Isn't that great?
I think that's about my 30 seconds spent.
That's about it. Ailmar can get up. People can wake up whenever they want now.
Wake up, lazy things.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
Me
to
too.
open my eyes.
What?
No, but actually, can I also wake up, or
Oh yeah, you can.
is my one?
No, no, you can
Sorry,
wake up.
I'd have to do a whole thing here. Once I spot,
Yeah, your shit's all over the floor. Yep.
I'm immediately going to pull out my scimitar and my shield,
Yep.
and I'm going to quietly look around, see if there's anyone shooting, anyone at all.
Yeah. You can hear stuff. You can hear voices. You can hear furniture moving, chairs.
Shit. Did I just spot the kids?
Yeah, and Helfrich. They go into the kitchen.
Shit, okay. Put away. Oh, before I can, I spot Flamebearer.
Morning, Ruha.
Morning. Put away the shield and sword.
Why is your sword out?
my bag was rummaged. I say this in Benevan, instinctually.
Right, we do have something to talk about. I will gather the others. Meet me at the center table.
Alright.
Oh, Caleb.
Morning.
Well timed. We have a bit of a problem to address, so to speak.
Problem?
Yeah. I'll go notify the others.
Mm.
Sit at the center table if you can.
Alright.
Hey, got guard guy. Fuck, what was his name?
Guard guy.
Bert?
He's guard
Bert.
guy now.
Bert.
Yeah.
What happened here?
Where?
Did someone?
It's a black store, mate.
Bag has been rummaged.
Eh?
Bag
What?
Has been rummaged through.
How? That wasn't you. Riiga, you haven't even gone to full health.
You know, help at heart.
That's not going to help you.
What's going on?
I don't know. Ask your friends. Nothing happened on my watch.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Why did you call us to the table?
Alina, someone knocks on the door.
How thick is the door? That's
You can hear it.
I don't know, all that rain.
You can hear it. You can hear it.
I mean, you can pretend you don't hear it. That's fine with me.
I'll answer that.
Was there a break-in?
Not exactly. I will explain everything in a moment.
Hello?
Alina,
What
Who's
level of alertness should I be? Bag has been
currently none.
rummaged.
Currently none. No threats, no dangers whatsoever. Alina,
Yes.
oh, I would prefer if you could attend the center table. There is something important we need to discuss. How long will it be before you leave the washroom?
I will make it quick.
All right.
Bert's helping, if you let him.
Alright, I'll look through
Oh.
my stuff and is it
Yeah, so you can tell, Riiga, that you are missing a certain blank book, a certain amulet, and a certain metallic sphere.
metallic sphere? What item is that in my inventory?
That is artifact. Is it
At the
artifact
auction, don't you?
3? No, it's not. It's artifact
I
1
don't have that.
something. Artifact 105.
So I lost that when we were arrested at the prison.
Oh shit.
Did you?
Actually, I have that.
When you were arrested at the prison, you took it to the blacksmith.
Yes. But then, what happened to the artifact? Did I give it to anyone?
What do you
Did I
mean?
take
It should be in your inventory.
Just have it, right? Yeah, it's in my. Just have it, so
Why wouldn't you have it?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess.
What makes you think you don't have it?
'Cause I unticked it. Like I unticked.
Oh, the tick is for equipment. Don't. That's for what you're wearing. The quantity is for whether you have it. Only tick stuff if you're wearing it.
Alright.
If you don't have it, change the 1 to 0. That's what you should be doing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there's a 1, you have it on you. That's how it should work. Although at the moment you don't. It's missing. Okay, your stuff's in your bag. You said we should meet in the room. Alina, what are you doing?
Finish my bath. Super quick. Yep. Then I got no time
Okay.
for armor.
Have to be quick.
Hey.
Why is my bag been rummaged through?
How can Isaac start bringing out food for people?
A thing's missing.
What things?
I had a book in there. Orb.
Flamebearer will
amulet.
like hesitantly pull out the 5 items, place them on the table.
The fuck were you doing in my bag?
Alright,
Well, that would certainly explain one or two things. I have a couple of items missing as well.
Excuse me?
Bert,
This wasn't the only bag investigated last night.
I don't think. I mean, you can stay if you want but I don't know if you are necessarily. Yes, I would be. Thank you for understanding. I would be. What the fuck?
No, you eat at this table.
But understand why you are also calm. Why have you gone through our things?
My stuff isn't rummaged.
Well,
Mine
there
hasn't
is.
been rummaged through either.
Yes, my bag has also been rummaged through. But let me sort this out. It does appear that it was me who took those items. However, I do not have any clear recollection of that happening. And there was a very particular event that troubles me. I know it will be very weird to say, and I'm not, trust me, if I could I would address it differently, but I am afraid a dream is to blame for this. Or to be specific, a dream that was caused by a rather unholy item.
Are you referring to the sending stone?
Yes, I am referring to the sending stone we acquired from the underground in the Red Temple.
The bald was.
Yes, I now recognize my mistake of getting close with the item. It was a big mistake to attune to it. Yes, I have made sure to unattune to it, and I have made sure to hide it in a location where nobody, for the time being, will find it. Because as I am fairly confident we will need someone proficient with magic. Because there is some heavy spell on it. Something far beyond a simple sending stone magic. But to put things in order, I had a dream. In that dream I was confident in my actions. I was strict, so to speak.
That is understandable. We've had similar dream problems with you, Ruha.
They weren't dreams. I didn't see anything.
You looked inwards and saw things that weren't there. Anyway, Trey, my time is up.
Okie dokie. I guess we gotta call it there.
No worries. See you guys.
See you, Virgil. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
So good.
Let me think. I mean, okay, maybe we can keep doing this conversation because we know Virgil's Aelmar's response. So we probably don't need his input. So if you want, you guys can just see this conversation through to its end, and then we can stop.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Wait. This sort of thing happened to me. It was similar.
Have you interacted with any desecrated objects.
Yes. We were in a place where we knew there was a worshipper of one of the bad ones. Side. Hey, no racism. Look at my notes if I have better words for this. But I mean, I remember what happened, but
Speaking of that, I did have a dream too.
no one cares. No.
No one can.
Who?
Wow.
Well, Trey, what was the name of that one dude? The Razin?
Ras.
Raspberry?
Ras. This guy?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I spelled his name correctly. I cannot find any permutation of it. Whatever, don't worry about it. I may have wrote it. Yeah, whatever. Okay. We were in his place and we saw that there was a statue. It was made of parts of furniture, wooden furniture. On top of it were drapery covering it. It was in the shape of a person. I believe a representation of a demon. Of its arms was missing. I don't remember which fucking arm. I think I wrote it locally and I didn't write it.
Alright.
And
Where are you going with this?
Well, well, after I saw it, I kind of looked inside and I don't remember what happened. And I came back to consciousness and things that happened.
What do you mean you looked inside?
Hey, what was the origin of the looking inside thing, dude? Can I recall?
I can tell. I remember you were trying to focus on the presence because you felt a presence, and you were trying to
Of course,
get
of
in
course.
touch with it, basically.
Very much, very much. You know, I tried to focus and commune with the spirit.
You tried to commune with a spirit that was clearly a demon.
Right.
Yeah,
And
see,
I didn't
did
know it
anything
would end
without
so
I
badly.
do not believe our circumstances are the same.
Yeah, it had taken me hitting Rupal with a metal gauntlet in order to snap him out of the trance.
I see.
Eh,
Luckily, I awoke, thankfully, to my holy symbol. I broke through the illusion of the power of will.
uh,
Don't know
At
what
least
you
the
did.
worst was avoided.
are you sure you were not just is sleep moving? No?
sleepwalking.
Are
Eh?
you?
Doesn't just sleepwalk.
Sleepwalk?
I
No,
did not
sleep.
simply move in my sleep. I have deliberately taken specific items from
Oh.
specific people that have importance. That goes far beyond what any sleepwalking.
Oh, I see. I once knew somebody who used to sleep move. They used to take a lot of food randomly and hoard it.
Right. Do you think that
Or at least my dad
anything?
did.
Wait, no one cares. Do you think anything went through to them on the other side? Sorry.
I'm not entirely sure what you mean when you say the other side, but I can assure you that as far as I can tell, I have not left this place. I shook myself awake before I could take off with the items, because I am fairly certain that was the next step.
If they knew, they must have been somehow controlling you and your will. Therefore, they might have been seeing through you. So they know where we are, what we have.
That makes little difference.
Unless they can direct the monsters our way. Launch an all-out attack.
You are thinking far too distance in the future. This is not based on anything tangible.
How? It's not a mind of. It's a mind of its own. Why did it take those items?
I was collecting them as evidence.
Why were they of importance?
Well, how could I answer that I am not the one who ordered for them to be retrieved?
Exactly. It was someone of their kind. It was in your mind. It rhymed.
Yes, transmitting the orders. Affecting my perception.
It must have been two-way. Because for them to know what is important around you, must have got that information back.
They could have obtained information on our possessions at any time in the past. Pure conjectures will do no good here. What matters is that I have disposed of the stone. We need to figure out at some point in the future how to securely remove the magic from it. And for the time being, nothing bad has truly happened. Please take back your items. I would hate to hold on to them for too long.
Take the stuff.
Oh. I just thought of something. You were collecting them to hold them? Or was there a place you were supposed to take them to?
Well, the dream has created an analogy. I had a superior back in the academy. Well, back in the Nurschen order. But yes, I believe I was supposed to take them, the items, to the people who ordered me to collect them. That is what I get based on the analogy of my dream.
Then...
In that dream, I also must mention, I was taking the items from bodies, from corpses. I am glad to see that that part of the analogy was not actually true in reality.
What if we could use this and track down, the enemy?
I think that's too risky.
I do not know if the enemy is responsible for this is something we want to interact with directly. I sensed really powerful evil forces emanating from the standing stone. Something from a higher plane, so to speak. I do not know if this is something we can confront directly.
So, Flame Bearer, you sure it won't happen again?
I believe to have severed the main catalyst for the event, which was the Sending Stone. But I am still a bit shaken, and I'm not fully confident it will never happen again. That is why I want to attempt to destroy or dispel the magic that is holding onto the Sending Stone. I am
Let me
sure
tell
this
you-
is the catalyst.
Let me tell you this. Now, after I was bewitched, we destroyed. Well, the house was burnt down, along with the statue. Well, the statue turned into a living thing, and then we killed the statue. Even after that, there were still
I already told
remnants
you,
of it.
our circumstances are different. You simply tried to make contact with the demon. I was affected by an item with magic on it. This is not the same thing. And I can still sense the evil magic emanating from the Sending Stone. It is not gone.
You say you know this. Sure.
Well, one thing I am proficient with is things that are unholy. So you can trust my word on this.
Alright.
Just, if you're hearing any strange voices, confirm with us. Because Ruha
Voices?
always hears them.
Always. That's not true.
It has changed him a bit.
Shut the fuck up, Dennis.
It's not lying.
I see.
Stop making shit up.
I
Has he
certainly.
not been this crazy?
Almost like he's illogical or something.
What the fuck?
You're telling me he was different before.
Now I think
Was 18
about
was
it.
Or 19.
He used to be a bit more sane, don't carry saddles around, pretending to be horses. Yeah.
I get possessed IRL and I just don't know it.
No one's gonna answer that.
Well, I'm not one to judge, but that does make sense for you to form party back when some of you were in a slightly different condition. Right. Well, hopefully that resolves the issue of your belongings being rummaged through. I am terribly sorry for this to happen. Once again, I acknowledge it was my mistake to interact with the Sending Stone. I should have expected it to be cursed.
Told you. But anyway, if that doesn't happen, then I guess we're safe for now. Maybe.
Well, I am fairly sure it won't happen unless I go to sleep again. So, for the time being, we have a mission. Shouldn't be a problem during the day.
We'll try to work out something when you go to sleep.
I think that wraps up the conversation about the dream.
Okie dokie. Then let's call the session there.
So the definition of insanity.
Let's see what's on Twitch.
Crazy.
4 people, 12 in chat. Okay, viewers, this is the end of our session for today, finishing a little bit earlier. Hopefully back to a full-length session soon. But for now, this is all we've got. So, follow me, subscribe, donate, give me money. Oops, echoing on the stream. There we go. You didn't hear that. And we'll see you guys next week or the week after or something like that. And remember, we're on the same side.